go. We got a couple more coming right now. Can we go ahead and go with the roll call, please?
Dr. Bofi?
Here.
Dr. Bofi is present. Mr. Catskill?
Here.
Mr. Catskill is present. Dr. Davis? Dr. Davis is not
Here.
Ms. Ellis?
Here.
Ms. Ellis is present. Mr. Garvey?
Here.
Mr. Garvey is present. Ms. Holloway?
Here.
Ms. Holloway is present. Mr. Mellerin?
Here.
Mr. Mellerin is present. Mr. Morris?
Here.
Mrs. Morris is present. Ms. Orange Jones? Ms. Orange Jones is not present. Mr. Rock?
Here.
Mr. Rock is present. Ms. Boutier? Ms. Boutier is not present. You do have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. You know, our first item?
Your consent agenda is ready for approval, adding items 4.1, 4.2, and 6.1.
Okay, can we get a motion to that effect? Mr. Rock, can we get a second? Ms. Bofi? Do we have any questions or comments from desk members? Seeing none, do we have any comment cards? Okay, do we have any objections to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item.
On page 93, item 4.3, consideration of an update report regarding special education camera implementation and fund balances. Recommendation is to receive the report.
Okay, can we get a motion to receive? Ms. Ellis, second Mr. Mellerin. Do we have any questions or comments from desk members? Hearing none, do we have any comment cards? No? Okay, do we have any objections to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item.
On page 102, item 4.4, consideration of LDOE contracts greater than 50,000. Recommendation is to approve.
Okay, can we get a motion to approve? Ms. Holloway, second Mr. Rock. Do we have any questions or comments? We do. Ma'am.
I need to recuse myself from item 4.4, the LSU Social Research and Evaluation Center contract and the LSU STEM micro-credentials.
Okay, staff has captured that. Do we have any other refusals? No. Okay. Do we have any other questions or comments? Hearing none, do we have any comment cards? Seeing none, do we have any objections to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item.
On page 148, item 4.5, consideration of federal and state grants and allocations to LEAs, Type 2 charters, Type 5 charters, approved non-public schools, and community-based organizations, competitive and other. Recommendation is to approve.
Mr. Chairman, can we get a motion on the floor first, please? Mr. Miller, motion? Second by Ms. Holloway. Yes, sir, Superintendent.
Just want to ask you if we could move this entire set of allocations minus, let's table a Healthy Schools Community Project, which is about 70,000 allocation at this time. So just move everything in the packet minus Healthy School Community Project at this time.
Can we get a motion to amend this with that respect? Mr. Miller, second.
We're going to pull this particular item for this morning. And not
Just remove it?
Just remove it, yes, for today.
Recommendation.
So we would just ask that all the other allocations be approved minus this one allocation.
Okay, staff has that. Okay, we have a motion to amend, and we have a second by Ms. Holloway, I believe. Okay. Do we have any questions on the motion as it stands, as amended? Yes, Ms. Davis.
I need to recuse myself from the Volunteers of America North LA 21st Century contract, the Volunteers of America Greater Baton Rouge B3 Seats contract, and the Volunteers of America Greater Baton Rouge Environmental Enhancements.
Okay. Ms. Bowman.
I have some recusals, but I don't know if they apply given the fact that we are moving an item. So it's the B3 seats, the FCC environmental enhancements, and the real-time early access to literacy.
It's not effective.
Those are
So those are still in.
still in. Okay.
So you do need to recuse on those.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other refusals? Any other comments? Hearing none, do we have any cards? Seeing none, do we have any objections to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item.
On page 172, item 5.1, consideration of HE funding cycle activities, approval of HE statewide programs for fiscal year 2023-2024. Recommendation is to approve the programs as outlined.
I get a motion to approve. Dr. Davis, can you get a second? Ms. Ellis? Second? Thank you. Okay. Do we have any questions or comments? Hearing none. Do we have any comment cards? Seeing none. Do we have any objections to the motion? Hearing none. Motion carries. Next item.
On page 187, item 7.1, consideration of the BESI policy implementation plan in response to the 2023 regular legislative session. Recommendation is to receive.
We are going through this way too fast. We're going to be caught short on the next meeting, so we will slow down. No, just kidding. Can we get a motion to Ms. Holloway, second by Mr. Miller? Any questions? Yes, sir. Please, Mr. Superintendent.
I'll spend some time for you. There's been a lot of conversation around Representative Nelson's bill, HB 12, I believe, that was ultimately signed into law as Act 422, which prohibits the advancement, matriculation of a student that is unable to pass a reading screen at the end of third grade. I know I've talked to many members of this board, Mr. Morris about this a good bit, Mr. Mellor about this a good bit, and others. And we just want to make sure that even though we have a good runway before implementation, that we're doing enough engagement on the front end. And so wanted to let the board know that we did take this to the Superintendent's Advisory Council at the last meeting just to get feedback from that particular group on what this particular policy might look like when we come forward with the actual policy to align to the legislation. So I'm just taking this moment to let everyone know that we are trying to engage stakeholders on this particular act. And if any of you have any particular comments on the rollout or how this policy should look to align to legislation, please reach out to me or Dr. Chasson or any member of our policy team as we work through this.
Okay. If we don't have any comments from other best members, I'd like to ask, how could you describe how it was received at SAC? Is it favorable, not favorable?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's introductory. So, you know, it was just a matter of them appreciating the fact that this was indeed passed legislatively. The governor did sign it, and that we're just trying to get feedback right now. And so if they had any particular desires or interest with the way that BESI shapes that policy, to let us know, and we were open to hearing that. So it wasn't really give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on the act, more or less, and it was just, this is coming, how can it be most appropriate in best serving students?
Very good. Okay. Ms. Miller.
I just want to thank Mr. Moss on, I know he put a lot of hours in at Capitol, so thank you for representing us. That's it.
Good job.
Okay. Do we have any comment cards? No. Okay. Do we have any objections to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item.
On page 195, item 7.2, consideration of legislative reports. Recommendation is to receive the Act 294 of 2021 legislative report as outlined.
Can we get a motion to that effect? Mr. Miller, please, thank you. Ms. Holloway, second. Do we have any questions or comments? Do we have any comment cards? Seeing none. Do we have any objections to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item.
That completes your agenda.